Some would call it swag, some call it cockiness, some would call it being a diva. But when you're good, it's not bragging. An elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome, everyone, to Memorial Stadium in Bloomington, Indiana, home of the Indiana Hoosiers. As we'll see the #9 team in the country, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on the 21st ranked team in the land, the Indiana Hoosiers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. Here's the return from inside his 10. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Out of bounds at the 38, and a really nice return there sets up the offense. Miller with the ball. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down. You can go way back in the history books to the wishbone attack all the way back to the first Rose Bowl team. Alabama builds its identity on a strong running game.
Builds it on dudes that tote the rock and do it with nastiness, with some physicality. Not one guy's going to bring them down, and you see it year after year with these guys, and there's always somebody that's going to be a physical challenge to try to get on the ground.
Good pickup, a little bit short of the sticks.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
From the gun, running back gets the give. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Alabama comes to the line with 1st and 10. To the air, it's Simpson. Unloads to the wideout. Got it in the middle, it's Horton. The tackle is made, but he's got it 1st and goal from the 6. We knew coming in that they wanted to push the ball down the field, and they waste no time getting at it.
And I love that, man. I love being aggressive early, setting a tone, sending a message to my team. Listen, we're going to attack down the field. You better be ready for it. This offense comes out, gets the big completion way down the middle of the field.
He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. Offense trying to pay it off on 2nd and goal. Right on the money. Touchdown, Bama! All that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score.
How do you take the crowd out of the game? Do exactly that. Take the football, drive right down the field, prove you're the better team, give them nothing to cheer about. That is a picture-perfect first drive.
And the extra point makes it 7-0. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. On the move from inside his 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Here's the handoff. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Let's step back here and look at the big picture for Indiana. You start the season top 25. Clearly expectations are flying your way, but with that, might come some roadblocks.
Well, I think you got to take every week and every opponent one at a time. The number beside your name doesn't matter right now. The number matters late in the season. So you want to start the season fast. You want to be gelling on offense and on defense. I think that's the challenge early.
Absolutely. Figuring out who you are. Obviously some talented pieces, well thought of in the top 25, but a lot of season to go out and prove it. Day one, game one. Make that first impression.
Caught near the sticks. It's Becker. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on first down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
What a play by the defender that time, because he's matched up one-on-one man coverage against an outstanding wide receiver, and it's the defender who makes the play. Really, really good position. He was up to the challenge. Be interesting to see if this quarterback goes his way again.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Looking to throw. It's Mendoza. Fires to the wideout. Intercepted. Guess even a Heisman Trophy contender can have a miscue. Not a lot of room on the return, but he'd already gotten the most important thing, the ball, and they have it at the 46. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Looking downfield on first down. He lets one fly deep. And incomplete on the deep ball. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big.
Inaccurate motherfucker.
Players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how good they are.
Bro.
Oh, man, make that statement. Make that early statement. We always look at the end of the season.
We're going to pay for that
what
shit,
the committee
too,
say? Oh, they beat top.
Turning it on. And they explode on that one, and they've got it down to the 22.
What a run, man. I tell you what, it's hard to pop runs. It's hard to get 3, 4, 5, 6 yards a lot of times. But when you got backs like this who can make huge plays with the speed, getting out in the open field, can take it the distance on every play, defenses are scared out of their mind.
Looking for the end zone.
Oh, mother. Catch the ball, bro. I know it's wet outside, but come on.
Catch the football. 2nd down coming.
Jeez.
I think on that last play, it's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to, and instead of letting the defense dictate who gets the ball. Man coverage, that guy was not open that time out on the perimeter of the field. Still, he gave him a chance, but...
Oh, go down, bro. Let me slide. What?
From the moment the ball left his hand.
There's a couple of ways to deal with quarterbacks that can run like that so well. QB contain. Keep those ends outside and wide. Keep them in the pocket. And put a spy on it. Put a guy in the middle of the field.
Oh, that's my young bull.
That has
What?
the ability to go get that guy when he takes off in situations.
Oh, a young bull.
Such a great physical play by the defense, because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile.
They made you do that, bro.
Not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for once.
And he takes it in for
the outside. But that.
One thing this team has shown early this year, it does not take them long to find their footing. They get off to fast starts. That was critical for them, winning their first game, and you've seen it here in this one too. They show up ready to go. There's no sleepwalking. I think you got to give this coaching staff a ton of credit for putting their players in good positions to have success.
Yeah, it must be really windy out there.
Inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Indiana has the ball back, and the Hoosier offense comes out ready to go. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really... And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line. When you play at a place like Alabama, you have to live up to the legacy of the Jonathan Allens, the Deron Paynes, the Marcel Dariuses when you play on that defensive front.
And the funny thing is, Reese, I can keep going. Quentin Williams, Will Anderson, like the list goes on and on and on. Just elite-level recruiting on the defensive line, on the edge, is how they built this dynasty at Alabama.
Rushes on him.
Oh.
Takes a hit as he fires.
Great.
Picked off. And they'll get him down after a solid return.
A hit.
Man, another mistake by this.
Oh.
Listen, he is an elite quarterback.
Oh.
He's really, really
That's
good.
not.
He's pressing too much. Jesse, the #1 job of a quarterback, you better protect the football. I don't care how.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Alabama!
This offense is looking ridiculous. 3 touchdowns now in the first quarter, doing whatever they want at will. I don't know if you're panicking, Palmer, but, I mean, they got to put something together on the other side of the field or else this one's going to get ugly fast.
One thing I know, David, is the defensive staff, after having the ball just run down their throat and thrown over their heads, they need to make some adjustments earlier than they probably anticipated, because right now they have no answers for this offense.
Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They'd love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. Off play action on first down.
Oh, we need that.
Tight end. I don't think that's the way they drew it up.
Oh.
Incomplete.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first
Going
down.
straight
He
to
really
him.
thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Man, not much wiggle room for the ball carrier there.
I'm not really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I know. Block better. How about the offensive lineman push some guy backwards and make some holes?
Now facing a 3rd and long. Back to throw, it's Mendoza. Punts it out of the air.
Damn.
And the first
Big
one
air.
couldn't get him, but the second one does, but not until he picks up the first down.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no
We saw
question.
that.
And he is finding wide open
Damn,
defenders
bro.
all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day.
You read
He
that.
goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. Here comes that Alabama
Scott, you got to get you a playbook.
They could not have drawn up a better start than this. Already up. He'll try to take it back. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
How explosive is this offense, right? They rev it up so quickly. Speed, playmaking ability, versatility, running, throwing, NFL talent all over the place. And after that last touchdown, they've
Try Notre Dame.
blown this game wide open.
They got
Guys,
the best playbook
we're
on
not
the
even
game.
through the first quarter yet.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. Going right to work up top.
Oh, shit.
They're setting up the screen. Brought down at the 25 after he picked up 10. Plays like that, but just a second of hesitation in the defense to make sure, and they're able to take advantage here.
And they use the great timing with this call, right? Like, you can't call this play all the time, but you want to catch them when they're a little bit aggressive, not thinking about it. Nice job slipping the screen behind them, making an easy catch, and then getting downfield, picking up some extra yards.
They make the stop, not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the first down. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Motion from the wide out. Quick pass on the jet motion.
Oh, shit. He got it there.
And with that stop, we are headed toward the end of the first quarter. Quarterback making checks. Wants to throw. It's Mendoza.
Where you going?
Got his man all by himself.
Where you going?
He wasn't far from taking it to the house, and that'll be the final play of the first quarter. Big turning point as we head into the second and get this game rolling again. They've got a first down here to open the period. Wants to keep it in the air. Looking to the big tight end. And they took a shot on that one, but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete.
I know it was incomplete. I'm okay with it. If I'm the offensive coordinator, I'm going to keep taking shots down the field. I'm going to make him honor that deep ball. I'll hit some of those before the game's over.
He put some heat on that one down the middle. He's got it on the outside. How about this senior picking up some yardage and making a nice play on that one?
I know this isn't the start the offense wanted. They don't have any points so far in this game, but sometimes it just takes one explosive play to turn things around. And after that beautiful completion deep for the offense, that should give them a little confidence, a little momentum.
Touchdown, Indiana! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
And this QB's starting to do some work, man. The big explosive play in the passing game. You get inside the 10, you're thinking run. Everybody thinking run. You back it up with another pass, another great throw, and quickly this offense gets right to the end zone.
And he made that extra point. The wet turf, no problem at all. On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
And these quarterbacks have to really trust their wide receivers that they're going to be disciplined and run to the right route when they're throwing that ball to the outside like that, because those corners are sitting there on the inside, and the worst thing that could happen is to miss inside and that cornerback.
Oh my gosh, bro. He wide open, big.
Too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that bad, man.
And he finally missed one, right? I mean, he's been pretty hot, right? 5 passes in a row. He's been moving the ball around different platforms, different receivers. Just done a really good job.
There he goes. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down.
And they may have caught the defense napping there a little bit, David, maybe expecting pass on that 3rd down, but because of the back's effort now, fresh set of downs.
And it's so nice to have a guy that you can give the football on these 3rd down situations and feel confident you're going to continue to move the sticks.
How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the first down? The transition of Alabama quarterbacks over the years has been fascinating, from the dreaded game manager label to playmaker.
To playmaker, to spread it out, to Heisman winner.
Shit.
I mean, that's how much this offense has changed and evolved, and they're going to be aggressive, and they're going to score points in this new age era. Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production, but listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. And maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent, of things they did right and things that they got to do more consistently moving forward. The offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
The Crimson Tide a long, long way from the line to gain here on 3rd down. To throw, it's Simpson. Grabbed over the middle. It's Horton. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33.
All right, defense. It ain't working, right? They're stringing together several first downs here. We're going to need to change this up, find something we can disrupt the quarterback and mess up this offense.
Oh, shit.
Stopped in the backfield, and that'll be a loss of 2. Now, this Hoosier defense had a complete 180. They went from 101st in points allowed to 6th in just 1 year's time, thanks to new scheme, new staff, new players. David, how rare is a turnaround like this?
It's extremely rare, but the system was good because the coach came with them, right? They brought a bunch of guys from JMU, and
damn, bro,
was top 5 in the Big Ten in sacks right away. They played the run. They were physical. They played hard. They played beyond expectations. Looking forward to this season now.
Alabama with a lot of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. They get to him as he throws.
Oh.
Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver is going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
He couldn't find much running room there. Didn't get a lot of blocking, and he'll step out of bounds. Indiana sends the offense onto the field. They haven't had a whole lot of production, nor much to show for it on the scoreboard so far. And if they're going to get back in this game, it needs to start right now. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Dropping back, it's Mendoza. That's reeled in. It's Becker. Trying to give them some room to work with. Stopped just short of the 20. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 19.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Oh.
Can't make the grab in this offense, which has been brilliant this season on 3rd down. Doesn't convert this time.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
Fuck. Oh, we need that. We need it. We need it. We need it.
Grabs the football, and there he goes. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
And talk about getting excited just to lose it again. The offense gets the 1st down. You got enough yards, but what do you have to do? You got to take care of the football. You can't cough it up. The defense forces the fumble, recovers it, takes all the wind and all the momentum back to their side.
Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Unloads to the wideout.
Yeah, nice job by the defense understanding.
And he got a hand on that. That's crazy.
That's the guy they want to feature. That's the guy they want to feed with good reason. He's a great player, but a great job by the defense taking away that primary read, making sure they don't make a big play.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Give to the back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And just nowhere to go for that runner. He had no choice. That defense, they were bringing it up front. Everybody winning their one-on-ones, and they completely had him surrounded.
The Crimson Tide looking for a big play to convert on 3rd down. Back to pass, it's Simpson. The throw.
Oh, shit.
And that's incomplete.
I saw that too.
All over him, knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
Shut up.
They booted away. early in the half. Looking to throw on first down. Quickly to the tight end. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
And he got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete.
And I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now and why they're trailing on the scoreboard is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
Grab near the marker. It's Hemby. Steps out of bounds across the 25. They'll mark it at the 26, and a good pickup for this offense here. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. And the Hoosiers getting set on 1st and 10. Making sure they have good balance, keeping it on the ground. Really nice job.
Gotta make the tackle, bro. Make the tackle.
31-yard line.
Make the tackle, bro.
The Hoosiers moving quickly to the line. Looking downfield, it's Mendoza. Catch in the middle, it's Hemby. Makes the grab, and it's enough for the first down before he's dragged to the ground. They've been overwhelmed so far in this first half, but if they could muster a score, maybe a glimmer of hope.
Yeah, and I know it's been a struggle. They've been struggling this whole game, but let's get something positive going into halftime. Coaches won't yell at you as much.
Oh, he's got some space. Offense on the move. A big play there. Gets into the 30.
And one of the things I love about this running back is his versatility. He's not just good running the football, but he can catch it as well, and he can make things happen with the ball in his hands. Nice job by the quarterback getting through the progression, getting it out to his guy, and he does the rest, and that generates a huge play.
Finds a crease at the 20. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. First and goal from the 8.
What a run. Great speed, great vision, elusiveness, and David, he's tackled down close to the goal line.
Yeah, and this offense, when you can run the football like this, man, you will have success, especially in the red zone, trying to get touchdowns.
This offense needs a little something to feel good about going to halftime. A chance to chip away here on 1st and goal. He wants to throw it. Here's the pressure. And it'll be incomplete. He got on the move trying to make something happen, but just couldn't find a man.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Looking for the goal line. He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one. They want to dance their way in on 3rd and goal. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Hoosiers!
And that touchdown is so big for this offense, right? Because here at the end of the half, we're just trying to find positives you can build upon in the second half. And right when it was looking like this game was starting to get away from them, they're able to execute the score, and that's going to help their confidence.
They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. Scanning the field, it's Simpson. Just not quite able to make the connection. It's incomplete.
And That defender was just smothering the quarterback on that screen attempt. You know, the QB's taught to hold on to it to the last possible second. He had no shot trying to negotiate that defender.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Wide receiver comes in motion. Touch pass on the right. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Alabama with a lot of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Flushed out of the pocket. A strike downfield. Finally corralled, but not before. He picked up the first down. They'll immediately call timeout. The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Pressure coming. Blasted as he lets it go. Oh, it's picked off. Got room on the return. Brought down at the 31. It is a 1st down.
Hold me. You know, cats that were there
right before the half.
It's
down. You need to make a play. They can't score any more points. This one could get out of hand now.
Yeah, and they look like a transplant.
Right before the half
Right.
to maybe
So
close this
because
gap.
of that,
He's
if you combine them,
and is knocked away.
I knew he was going to knock down, but I was wrong with that. After that.
and they may not want you to leave, but they certainly wanted to diminish the supposed power you either thought or actually had.
Looking to throw it to
Okay.
Mendoza.
From what I hear, what I see, what I believe, I don't think the Lakers wanted LeBron back
Well, we know this
before
offense
this
hasn't been
season.
able to get it going on the ground.
It was his
so far
option
in this
to
game. Now
return
they're
at
trying
$50-ish
through the air to
million.
get this defense
So they
credit.
couldn't
They've
stop
got a really
him
good
from
game
returning.
plan. They've got all 11
But
guys on
here's
that
what
side of the
nobody
ball.
talks about that I believe
Fantastic
they
job in the
full well
back end
know,
that time.
starting with the
Being in
GM
position
and
and
Genie
making
obviously at the top.
He'll be
LeBron
stopped
James,
just
since
short
that
of the end zone,
Mickey
but they'll
Mouse
have it first
championship
and
that you
goal.
spoke of. It was
Quick
pandemic.
timeout
That's
call
not
on
okay.
the
Well,
offense
it
after
was.
the
It was a
play.
pandemic. I don't even say
Just enough
championship,
time
but
for one
it's a
final play of the
pandemic
half.
championship in the bubble.
Out of the gun, looking to throw. Touchdown, Indiana! Fitted in the
Well, I wanna
window
say-
for the score.
I want to say because it's very important. I don't think people
Well,
brought this
just
up.
love what he saw from his offense here at the very end of the first half. When you gotta have it, execution has got to be great in these 2-minute type situations. Really nice job handling the situation by the quarterback, making sure all 10 other guys on offense are on the same page. And they're still losing the football game, but that's a touchdown they absolutely needed to have here at the end of the first half.
What the fuck, man?
You get that touchdown right before the half, build the momentum, and the last thing you need to do is mess it up by allowing a big kickoff return. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. Coverage team there to make the stop. They avoid disaster, and that's the end of the first half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. Ready to start the second half. Alabama will kick it off. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. Indiana has the ball back, and the Hoosier offense comes out ready to go. If they're going to get on top in this game, they're going to have to find a way to get the running game going in the second half.
Agree, so it can create some more balance, some more unpredictability. I feel like this defense has got a good beat on what they're doing, especially if they don't mix it up a little bit. So I do look for a little second half running the football ball right out of this game.
And I think the thing, Dave, is they just got to be more physical. I don't think this is a scheme question about trying different run plays. I think it's up to the big fellas up front. They've just got to make the decision that they're going to be tougher here in the second half so that they can win this game.
They'll keep it on the ground. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
Well, it's an offense that prides themselves on being physical. No mystery there. You need 1 yard, turn around, hand it off, let them go to work.
On first down from their own 22. The pull and throw off the RPO. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Nice job, defense. You always hear people talk about tackling the catch. You saw it right there. There was nowhere for that receiver to go once he had possession. As a result, no gain.
Oh.
And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
The big tight end tries to make a catch, and you can tell it extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
Pocket breaking down. And this is going to be incomplete on third down.
Well, you can see the frustration on this guy's face. He's one of the best receivers in college football, and they knew coming into this game that he had to get touches, but you can't say enough about how good this defense has been defending him. They've always had an answer, whether it's single coverage, double coverage, man or zone. They have not let him go off, and that's a big reason why they're winning this game.
Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the Oak. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. From the gun, running back on the move. Makes the tackle at the 23-yard line. Give him 10 yards and enough for the first down.
You know, as a defense, you can have the right call and the right guy in the right spot, but that guy's just too good. And how about the running back on that play? Just making it happen, breaking off the huge gain. It's tough to get these guys on the ground.
Down to the 23 for this 1st and 10. Looking downfield, it's Simpson. Caught on the outside, it's Miller. I know you want to stretch the field horizontally, but working a little vertical in wouldn't hurt either.
No, it wouldn't. You got to be able to work with some space. There's an entire field that we got to attack on offense right now. That was just way too much work for little gain.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Back to pass. Throws for the tight end. Makes the grab. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Bama! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Man, this defense has their hands full. They're dealing with a quarterback that is pinpoint accurate, making good decisions, and they're dealing with a wide receiver who has a lot of speed and some burners on the perimeter. They might want to think about playing some more zone coverage moving forward. That's now 3 passing TDs they've allowed.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Dynamite matchup today, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. West Virginia is running away with this one. Give that O an A+, and belt out another verse of Country Roads. They're up 14 over Miami. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Indiana sends the offense onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score. And I think slips a tackle, and he's got room. Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a first down.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
Makes the grab. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
Nice job by the receiver on the in route there. And how about the speed after he made his break? He was able to actually separate a little bit from the DB, helping out his QB on that one.
And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Looking for a man. It's Mendoza. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down.
Love the physicality of the secondary on defense. That defender got to the football, was able to separate the receiver from the ball, and did it legally. Beautiful job.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. He'll take the deep shot. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
One thing this defense always talks about is getting off the field. Last drive, they forced a punt. Here on 3rd down, what a great job flying to the football, getting a hit, forcing an incompletion. They may be jogging off here soon again.
The kick is on its way. Fields the punt. Wants to make a play. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Rides the back and leaves it.
Damn.
And this
Block
one
him,
will be stopped
bro.
for no gain.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Under fire. Just gets rid of it before the heat. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long, different ways to affect him.
He is
Weren't
not
able to
going
get
to
there.
be
But
that
on
guy.
that play,
We get that part.
because of the pressure,
But there are
that
other
affected
things
his
like when he's
accuracy,
blocked
that's why
Andre
the ball
Iguodala
falls.
shot. It ain't always about scoring.
Crimson
It's
Tide
about
looking
plays
for a big
where
play to
his
convert on
confidence
3rd down.
dissipates. Forcing the shooter for him.
Back to throw, it's Simpson. Caught over the middle, it's Adams. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be 1st down.
It's a nice play call there. You've got 2-possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you've got that lead, they know you're going to run it, but you still have got to be able to sprinkle in some shot plays and some vertical throws. That was really, really good thinking on that last play call by the offense.
To the air on 1st down. Under fire. Hit as he throws. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
This QB has had a lot of success all day long, throwing for so many touchdowns, looking very comfortable. Finally, the defense gets to him. Finally, the defense gets a win. They needed something to go their way. Got to start getting some more hits on this guy.
That's caught. It's Miller.
I think sometimes offensively, you've got to have a bit more awareness of where you are in the field. You've got to feel yourself getting close to the boundary. You've got to settle down. That guy looked like he was a little bit out of control, and as a result, that throw took him out of bounds for no gain.
Alabama with a lot of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. Plenty of time in the pocket, and he'll sling it out to the left. Defense is there to
That's
make
crazy.
the stop, but he's got the
No
first
pass
down.
rush?
They'll
All
have a
right.
1st and goal at the 6.
Man, we knew coming into this game just how explosive this offense could be, and a big part of that is their ability to throw the football. They've scored a ton of points, and it's because they can generate plays like that. When this quarterback sees the one-on-one matchup he wants, he is not afraid to pull the trigger, and he hits a big throw there.
Nice grab in traffic. And he was fortunate not to
Down
lose
here
yardage on
and
that
make
play,
that
able
kind of
to wedge it
terrific.
back
Okay,
to
so
the
it's a
line of
hustle
scrimmage.
block. I give you
Well,
that.
get it. Doesn't it matter?
Not fooled
But
on that.
I mean,
You know,
doesn't
a
the
lot of times
hustle
you
matter?
buy
As
space
opposed to
and
somebody
you
being
throw
like,
this
have
route
you not
really
seen
when
enough
it's off
lackadaisical
coverage, but you can tell
individuals
the
that
cornerback was up, ready to come, pounce on that screen, and get the tackle for a loss.
After getting nothing done on 1st down, 2nd and goal from the 6. He'll run it up the middle, trying to pick its way to the end zone. Touchdown Tide! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Yeah.
What a day. His 3rd rushing touchdown. And when you got your college fantasy football team going, this guy is racking those points up for you. Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching.
And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead, and they're trying to hold on to it. And he takes this from inside the 5. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes.
Champion, 9-time All-NBA first team offense. You're the 5-time League MVP. My God. 6 finals MVPs, unblemished label. Never even allowed the finals to go to 17. Never. Greatest ever.
First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line.
But LeBron James
from the gun, the ground game.
Of basketball.
Good surge up front, giving 4 out to the 18.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Here comes the heat. Takes a hit as he fires.
Man, damn, my bad, bro.
They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
My bad, bro.
The offense didn't need to accept the penalty thanks to that big play. A costly penalty for this defense gives them a 1st and 10.
My bad, bro.
Use the play fake, now to throw.
Damn, this
Sweet
pancake
keeping
thing?
the play alive.
He sent out.
He had a chance to get rid of it and avoid the loss. Instead, the defense pushes him out of bounds for the loss.
And you really need your quarterbacks, man, to understand, like, to stay on schedule. And we can't take those big losses, right? So once I start to scramble around and I'm trying to buy time or I'm trying to make a big play, like, give it up, get north-south, throw the football away. You can't just turn, run out of bounds, and take that big loss.
Go get him, bro. You can't throw it. Go get him. Go get him.
The quarterback's a little more on target there. Maybe they hook up, but it's an incompletion. And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Finds his tight end. And they get him on the ground, and that'll probably do it for the 3rd quarter. These two quarterbacks have produced as we check out their numbers after 3. Just about ready to go in the 4th, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. Down in the 4th quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Looking for a deep man. And it's incomplete. The long pass on 4th down is to no avail.
And I get it. At this point in the second half, dude, we got to make something happen. We haven't been good enough. We got to score a lot of points and quickly. You got to be aggressive. They tried. They failed again. This game is all but over.
Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Nothing
Man,
damn, so
bro.
Just toss it away.
And it's nice to be a QB in this.
Why you didn't run your route?
Like, great day. They've built a huge lead now. Incompletion's okay. Just take care of the football. Don't throw that thing to the other team.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
The Crimson Tide looking for a big play to convert on 3rd down. Motion from the wide receiver. To the air. It's Simpson. Right down the middle. Got his man downfield. How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the 1st down? He's been so locked in, it seems like any pass called is a guaranteed chunk play.
Yeah, and winning late like this in the ball game, keep trusting him, keep spinning. You know why? Because stats matter late in the game. You want some postseason awards? Keep chucking it, keep getting those stats.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on 1st down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. After the incompletion, they go back up top.
Good day.
And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and third down is coming.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now has taken out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place. And that time, they finally gave it back to the offense there. Really nice, big, clean hit. This defense needs a little bit more of that as the game goes on.
Alabama with a lot of ground to cover here on 3rd and long.
Oh, shit.
And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious.
Not bad.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage. So everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. Florida Atlantic took its show on the road, and they'll be packing a big old W in their bags for the trip back to Boca Raton. Never underestimate the importance of a road win and how it can impact a team's trajectory. Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still 2 quality programs. Proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there.
And the defense is good with that. Get pressure on the quarterback. Get him outside the pocket. You know it's a passing situation. Play half the field now. This defense is in a good spot, and you can tell they're ready to rush this quarterback.
Grabbed in the middle. It's Cooper. And his molars are probably rattling after that big hit, but he did get the first down.
I'll tell you, you cannot count this team out because of who's playing quarterback. When this guy's in the game, it's never over. Yeah, they're trailing here in the 4th quarter, but this dude can put up points quickly.
Got a little space.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man.
Yeah, but he even in the play?
To get some running
What the
lanes,
fuck?
get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
They'll run play action. Fires to the wideout. And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business. Here comes that Alabama offense. Jesse, they had to kick a field goal the last time they had it.
Yeah, and oftentimes early in games, you're just trying to find your rhythm. Some things work, some don't on that first drive, David. It'd be interesting to see what happens here in the second drive.
Yeah, you got a feel for the defense now. You understand what they're trying to do, what their game plan is.
Damn,
now you get to go into phase 2 of your game plan.
What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? The give to the back. They work that running game down to the 34. Let's give him 3 on the carry.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love
it's okay. The knee is crazy.
You run the football. You preserve the lead. You got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
The Crimson Tide looking for a big play to convert on 3rd down. Looking for a man. It's Russell. Throws to the wideout. Catch in the middle. It's Bernard.
Well, I love play callers that want to stay aggressive regardless of what the score is, regardless how much time is left on the clock. And I promise you this, there are a lot of fans, there are a lot of teams all across college football that are paying attention to what is happening right now.
The Crimson Tide comes to the line with the 1st and 10.
Crazy.
Wants to throw on 1st down. Lets it go to the end zone. Touchdown, Alabama! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Nice job on the route and catch by the tight end scoring that touchdown. And it doesn't matter what play this offense calls. All game long, everything has been working. This has been a masterclass in offensive productivity.
And the extra point was good to finish things off. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. On the move from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Indiana has the ball back, and the Hoosier offense comes out ready to go. Weeks like this are tricky, but you have to respond better than they have, and I would expect they're going to take a shot. And here's the 5th interception by this quarterback. Looking for more room. He's out of bounds, showing off the hands on the pick, and then the nifty moves on a terrific return.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's past, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
Out comes the offense as they get set to take over. On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets stalled.
Brought down after a good pickup, and they're in the red zone at the 20.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
He gives them a fresh set of downs, and this one will be 1st and goal from the 6. On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. He just kept those big, powerful thighs churning, but he'll be knocked down at the 1.
Well, he's had the hot hand, 3 TDs in the game already. I like just force-feeding this guy the rock some more here, Paul.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They've been the more physical team. He does a really good job finding the end zone, running the football. That's why they've featured him today.
Dropping back, it's Russell. And he's got it in the end zone for a touchdown. This is an absolute blowout.
I got to say, the mental toughness that this team is showing early this season is real impressive. And going down the field and scoring on that last possession, putting themselves in position here to go 2-0, they're answering the bell. This team has leadership on both sides of the ball. Very, very impressive.
Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. That ball scoots through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looking downfield on 1st down. And he throws yet another interception.
He dumped that bitch.
Which colored jerseys they're wearing.
Well, Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT, finally the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up with a big moment. Yes, obvious passing situation. You know they're going to throw it. The big INT, and that might seal their fate.
They'll try the run. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down. Guys, this one's going to go down as a nice win against a ranked opponent, and we didn't get the upset that many had thought we might.
No, they proved to the entire country watching this game that they are indeed the superior team. Offensively, defensively, running, throwing, whatever it is they wanted to get accomplished today in all three phases, David, they were better.
Yeah, and listen, at this point, I don't really care about the beauty contest. Like, your goal is to survive in advance. You played a really, really good opponent. You took care of business and continue to stay up.
And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
And another good touchdown drive by this offense. And how about the start to the season? Blowout win in game one. Blowout win looking like in game two. This unit's clicking. They're looking like a team that will be reckoned with when the playoffs start late in the year.
Indiana, 21.
He'll start the return inside his 5. And the returner will be dragged down. They'll try to put a drive together, starting from their own 12. Looking for a gap. It's Hemby. Breaks into the open. Really good job making a play, getting it out to the 24 and moving those chains. 1st and 10 from their own 24-yard line. Back to pass, it's Mendoza. Firing to the right, complete. Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over him.
You know, that's one as a quarterback. When you see all those defenders around your intended target like that, just throw it in the ground or throw it away. I mean, that's a completion that loses yards. You're just hurting your offense there.
And the Hoosiers have put themselves in dire straits after that last play at 2nd and a mile. A sensational grab down the field there as they try to at least put a positive spin on the end of this game.
You know, as the head coach of this team, this is one positive you're going to take away from this game, is that your players don't quit, and they're still willing to fight. There's obviously a lot of things they've got to iron out offensively, and we've seen that today. But I do love the grit they're showing here late, still trying to make plays.
Buys a little extra time. He's taking a deep shot, and it falls incomplete, but that could have been disastrous. A defender was right there. So now it's 2nd and long. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Grab near the sticks. It's Cooper. They get the timeout call with 7 seconds left on the clock.
Timeout, Indiana.
Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on 1st down. They get to him as he throws. The pass is incomplete, and there are 2 ticks remaining on the clock.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game today.
Dropping back, it's Mendoza. Throws to the tight end. Complete downfield. Shoved out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 15-yard line, and this offense is doing work.